What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Origins, excuse me, Series 2 Deadshot figure. Really, I think this is a big step up. Now, some people don't really like this look for Deathstroke. I was just doing the whole review on Deadshot, excuse me. But I think it's a big step up from his Arkham City look. I wasn't really feeling that whole jumpsuit look. So, I mean, this design, by design for the game, makes a little bit more sense than, I don't know, the Arkham City look for me. By design, I mean, he's wearing heavier clothes for a reason. It's cold out. I mean, you're in the middle of winter, and he's kind of got his snow boots on. He's got kind of like a puffy coat on. I mean, it's tactically sound, I guess you could say that. And he's got his belt on here. I think this is actually a much better design, and he's got much better articulation than the Arkham City version as well. I'll bring him in for a size comparison, don't worry. But I think, hands down, this is a much better Deadshot figure than the original Arkham City look. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, I like the color scheme. Color scheme looks good. It's pretty. It's pretty true to Deadshot and what he usually wears. With the. I mean, obviously he doesn't wear orange. He wears more of a red, but red and a yellow and silver. But he's still got some gray in here, kind of, dumbing it down to a little bit more of a video game look for him. I think it's done pretty well. He does not come with any accessories, unfortunately. He does come in that basic DC Collectibles Arkham Origins clamshell packaging. As far as his articulation goes, let me just get that out of the way, and I'll do a couple comparisons I really wanted to touch on. So, as far as his arms going down, it's kind of weird. Now, I don't know, I just must have the worst luck in the world, but all of my Arkham figures I get are so stiff that I feel like if I even push it a little bit, a limb is gonna just snap off. Now that's a big problem for me. I mean, I don't mind if I prefer actually having stiff limbs because they tend to last a little bit longer, but I just get really worried pushing these limbs like this. Yeah, I don't like it. But other than that, his head does move side to side. Pretty decent range of motion here. You can get him looking up pretty well. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. And down, a little bit less than eye level, so it's pretty decent down. It does move side to side, and it does have that nice tilt effect to the neck too, which really does. Oh, the head popped off. It's okay. It snapped right back on. But be careful. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I want to point this out. They use this clear plastic. Now this figure has clear plastic on it. Maybe the Deathstroke didn't, but this Deadshot is using clear plastic joints at probably all the limbs. So that means there's a clear plastic bar going across here for the T-jointed hips. That means there's probably a bar in there and a bar in here, and there's one right here. So just be very careful with these clear plastic joints because they love to snap off. I really wish they would get rid of the clear plastic joints. I understand that maybe they use clear plastic for the entire body and it's easier for painting and all that stuff, but I wish they would get away from that. But I digress off that subject and go back to articulation here. His arms don't really want to move up. I'm just going to be honest with you there. They do rotate at a full 360 if you want to push it, you can. They don't really move up or down though. He does have a single bend at the elbow. Not the best range of motion there. I would like it a little bit better. Not too much, but it's hindered because of his arm gun, if you want to call it that. He does have a swivel at the elbow, and he does have a wrist hinge or wrist swivel, and he does have a wrist hinge there, so you can duck his arm, his fist all the way down if you want to, like so, or all the way up. He does have a diaphragm joint, which I think is much better for this particular character, because if you want him to kind of have him look like kind of had a Anthony is, yeah, that's poor English, but you know, shifting your weight when you're shooting is pretty important, and you want to be able to shift your upper body as well. He does have a waist oval too, so you might say, well, that's kind of redundant, but I think the diaphragm joint works well on this instead of an ab crunch. He's got T-jointed hips. Set, go. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, not pushing it. So they go out about that far, and they go in, and they do go forward nicely and back a little bit. He does have an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and they're frozen. My God, double jointed knees, but they are there. And he does have a boot swivel, an ankle hinge, which is, oh my God, frozen. Let me try the other one. Oh boy, ankle hinge, which is there. Mine's loves being frozen. He does have the nice Marvel Legends-esque ankle pivot though, so there you go. Yeah, so I really actually do love this design a lot better than the original Arkham City, and as far as that goes, I will just bring him in here. Not to say that it's a bad figure, I just think I prefer this look over this look. I don't know, it just looks way better. The Arkham Origins, way better. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this one's way better. Plus, he has an ankle there's much better articulation with this, and I think he's a little bit, I don't know, maybe they're about equal with detail, but as far as articulation goes, this is the one you want to get. So there you go. So there they are. They're around the same height. I would say maybe this Deadshot's a little bit taller than this Deadshot. And for the last size comparison, we will do, why not, the DC Universe Classics look, which is by far the best look, in my opinion. And I would say Deadshot is in my top 5 of villains, favorite villains for me. That's just me, though. But love this design. Let's get back to this one, though. So, yeah, I mean, he's got they stepped everything up, including articulation, on this guy as opposed to the Arkham City one. So, you know, really, what you're getting is maybe not the #1 look that you wanted for him, but I think it's pretty close to I think it's closer than the Arkham City one is to comic book accuracy. Let me just pull him in here, take a shot at his, I like the mask, how it's covering the mouth. Love that look. Looks nice. He's kind of got his headset on here. It looks like a communicator connects to his eyesight. It's pretty cool. I like that. And he's just kind of got this bubble coat on, which, you know, makes sense for the game. And he's got rifle rounds right here, and they're obviously rifle rounds, not a shotgun or anything like that. And he's got a nice, get a nice little close-up of his guns here. Looks pretty cool. So while I'm doing this, what did you guys think of his boss battle? I know it was considered a side mission. And it was, you know, usually your typical Predator mode boss battle, but I thought it was pretty decent how he could ricochet the bullets if you were seen, or if you attack somebody without doing a silent takedown, how he could ricochet the bullet and it would still hit you no matter where you were, so you would have to duck inside a vent cover or something like that. Really like these nicely sculpted knee pads right there. But overall, I thought it was pretty nice boss battle, to be honest with you. That was much better than the other boss battle in Arkham City. That was kind of like a one and done punch, you know. But he does have one peg hole at the bottom of the feet, and the tread is continued there. So there you go. There's your full look at Deadshot here. Really do like this figure. I thought, you know, when I first got it, I was like, you know, that's not the best figure in the wave, but you know, that's okay. When I bought the wave, but he is much better in hand, I promise you. And I really like this guy now, and I am a big I do like Deadshot. So yeah, so there's my view on it. What do you guys think? I think he's a 2 thumbs up. I think I'm gonna recommend you get him over the Arkham City one. Even if you were just to pick one Deadshot, though, I would definitely go with the DC Universe Classics Deadshot. But I still like this figure a lot. Like I said, if you had to pick between this and the Arkham City version, this is the better one right here. So, with that being said, I'm going to close it out here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and that concludes my review of the Arkham Origins Deadshot figure from DC Collectibles. So, like I said, rate, hate, love, hate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff in the comments below. Thank you, and I will see you guys on the flip side.